it's so big? Because it's core to everything you do in Photoshop. Let me open up an example to show you. In this little iPhone screen, we've got a header, an opt-in email form, and then a subscribe button. And what you can see is that now our layers palette is full of different layers. And starting from the bottom, they stack on top of each other. And so you can actually see that if you were to, for example, change the order of this, let's move this one up to the top, it now sits on top of all the other layers. This is because layers are like sheets of glass stacked on top of each other. You've got a little bit painted on each individual layer. So we've got all these different layers, and the stack order is really important. And I'll show you that with this other little graphic that I made. And so you can think of it as each layer stacked on top of each other. Each of these sheets of glass has one thing on it. This top one has just the subscribe text. Further down, this one has just the button. Another one on top, a sheet of glass on top of the button has, has the button text. So that's how layers work. Usually when you're starting out in Photoshop, if you're having any kind of issues, it's because you have the wrong layer selected. So what this lets you do is you can work with each layer individually and move things around, and you select a layer by holding down the command key and clicking that button, and you can see it jumped straight to that layer selected. So now anything I do, like clicking and dragging, is happening on that layer. I can just hit Command Z to move it back into place. A few other things that really help with layers is this auto select layer option. You can have it on or off. If you have it on, when you just click, it's going to select the layer you clicked on. Now I find that that's actually a little bit annoying, and so I have it turned off. But even with it turned off, this option is really important. So auto select layer versus auto select group. Now if you have auto select group, then now when you command click, it's going to select that group that the layer you clicked on is in. And here it's, let's see, yeah, so it's always selecting that group. That's really annoying. It's rare that you want to select the group, and when you do, you can go get it out of the layers palette. So instead you want to have it set to auto select layer, and then as you're working with your document, you're just going to very often use the command key to select exactly which layer you want, and then you can manipulate each layer individually.